Welcome to Your Energy First, the podcast where intuition meets mindset for aligned decisions in life and business. I'm your host, Emily McNaughton, here to help guide you in unlocking your unique energy and create success your way. Welcome, everyone, back to the podcast. This episode, this activation is bringing in the energy of settling in. Settling in. Doesn't that feel good? Not settling down, not grounding, settling in. I want you to notice immediately how your energy responds to this. How does it feel when we think about settling in? So, if you've been following this podcast for some time now, you know that we've been receiving information from spirit, spirit being the divine, the activation of the divine through our inner light, through our grounded clarity and integrity. Initially, it was a lot of awareness, truth, seeing the truth, clearing out what's true in our systems and what isn't. That's really big work. We've also brought in new creation energies, manifestation energies, transformational energies. And this next wave of energy, but a permanent one, is really settling into this is me. This is what brings me joy. This is my truth. This is who I am. Is this making sense? So, for many of you, many of us, over the last few years, there's been a lot of voice activation. I mean, voice activation and heart have been the primary chakras that have been coming forward through my line of work for the collective. And the way that we live our truth and our boundaries is in the day to day, and it continues to evolve. It's not as if it's something we decide one time and it just plants itself. Wouldn't that be nice? Like a castle. But instead, we are in flow with our life and our experience. And that's a really, really beautiful thing. I have been saying for the last couple of months, I'm very interested, I'm very excited for how the second half of the year unfolds. And naturally, with a lot going on in our world, it's asking us to really get clear and settle in with ourselves. I know that a lot of you have been feeling the nudge to not watch TV, to be away from your phone more often, to have more connection with self, to have more connection with other people. And that truly is where they're saying our safety, our joy, and our peace reside. In this activation, when it comes to settling in, there's still movement to this. There's still energy flowing. And there is also a reprieve, if you will. So let's get into your energy activation for settling in. As always, please follow your own intuition and your own gut. This is intuited guidance. I practice the modality of holding the light, which you've often heard me call holding energetic space, which I've renamed thanks to the guidance from my spirit guides. And that means that I'm intuiting or channeling this for the highest good of all involved. And you still get to either follow along or follow what your own inner truth feels aligned with. Okay. First things first, we ground ourselves within, we go to our inner light and taking a breath in, allowing your body to relax and just finding the ebb and flow of your own personal expansive breath, not forcing it, not following a perfect sequence. You're in the creative flow with your desires right now, with the divine in this space. How magical. I love these energetic journeys. Taking a moment now to get into this space where you are allowing yourself to feel more grounded in your light. Hello, inner light. Please provide clearing and grounding energies for me. My highest good. We're going to let these support you. And next, we're going to say, I set the intention for supportive energies that help me settle in. And I want you to pay attention to the very, very nuanced, effervescent shift you may or may not feel within your body or your energy field. I'm laughing a little bit because as I hold energetic light, I almost said my old term, for these activations, I'm doing them in tandem with you. And I felt this huge chunk fall off of my energy field. Flunk. Thankfully, we're flowing in the light, so we know that that's taken care of, and I just haven't left my trash for someone else behind. Okay, settling in, settling in. What does it feel like for you? Can you sense that your energy is loosening up a bit more, has a bit more freedom, but also just feels really good and grounded? Of course, my cat Canyon has joined us right at the start of this activation, and he holds very strong and expansive space. We are all co creating together in our own way, aren't we? This energy is still flowing for you, and for some of you, it's really going to have picked up, not in a speed way, but the energy's just picked up a bit. And I want you to kind of notice and pay attention. Is it coming through your third eye? Is it coming through your crown? Is it coming through your left shoulder? What's it like for you? We're all going to have slightly different experiences because each of our energies is so unique. There's a little foghorn in the background for us. I'm not sure the microphone's going to pick that up. And we are continuing just to let this energy move for you, settling in. And I want to invite you to think about one, two, or three places in your life where you really desire your energy to settle in. I just asked the guides, is it okay if we do more than three? And they go, yes. Let me ask why we're doing three and what the not hesitation is, but the let me check in here. Interesting. So they said the reason that we suggested one, two, or three is simply for focus of this activation. And they say, we want you all to remember, myself included, that this work has a ripple effect. So while we may have more than three things we'd like to really feel grounded and settled in, and we can certainly state these things, to remember that when we focus on a couple, they do have a ripple effect. Okay. Breathing in, allowing yourself to feel settled into this energy in receivership. And there's also this very beautiful, I would say vast and thick in a very rich way, magenta energy. I've been seeing this magenta energy come in a lot of ways in a few different varying forms on the earth plane this last about year and a half. It's very intriguing to me because it's the active balance of the feminine. It is the active balance of the feminine. All right. We're going to allow all of these new vibrations of yours to take hold and to be. Canyon's bumping his head up against this speaker. I hope that's not bothering you guys. I'm going to have to listen back to this. Whoa, buddy. And I wanted to bring up something else because The other thing that's been coming forward quite a bit is a lot of emotions, right? People feeling a variety of emotions on earth. And, people are telling me, oh, I don't feel like, I should be feeling this or I should be feeling that way, like anger or, resentment and all of these things. We have to remember we have signed up for the full spectrum of experiences when it comes to the varying forms of emotions. And becoming more high vibrational, expanded, ascended, pick your title, right? Doesn't mean we eliminate those feelings. It means we understand our journey through them. It's a big difference. I had a triggering experience the other day, and I texted my cousins and my sister-in-law and my cousin-in-law in a group text, and I said, I'm not a mom. What would you do in this situation? And their experience really helped me see a different perspective. And I loved the part of me that wanted to take action in that moment and, speak up for the 12-month-old, right? that I saw. And the evolved version of me was like, okay, I don't have a full perspective here, so let me reach out to people who do. And the problem was beautifully resolved. I say problem, situation. So I love the part of me that is so passionate about children and being an advocate for them. And then at the same time, I also know my limits around it, and I know how to hold the energy and the light and the space for myself to evolve through my learnings and my lessons. Because I'm not a parent of real children, so I haven't had the spectrum of experiences. So, okay, settling in, allowing our emotions to exist, and loving and honoring ourselves through them. I mean, if we can't giggle about ourselves throughout this process, what are we doing? We're living in hell. Actually, we'd be living in hell, to be quite frank. So I want you to giggle at yourself. I want you to wrap yourself in a ton of love as often as you can. I want you to be fanatical about it. Just look for places you can love yourself throughout your day. Oh, can I love that thought of mine? I'm hilarious. Giggle, giggle, giggle. And as you go through this journey, continue to appreciate all of the ways in which you're continuing to tend to yourself. We give no credit to just how far we've come and the little things we've done and how we continue to love ourselves and see ourselves throughout this path. It's not about how we perform, it's about how we love ourselves through the journey. Thank you so much for being a part of this online community. Please share this podcast, leave a review, leave a comment. I'd love to hear what part of this you enjoyed the most, what you experienced. Your Energy First Monthly is a space to experience these energy journeys in alignment for a longer period of time. It's also a place to get to know a like-hearted community who is also living in their own truth and alignment and integrity with their work. And I also have the Intuitive Millionaires program open and available. This is the next iteration of Prism. It is just so beautiful. We already have an incredible group of people in there, and you can use the group program or you can work with me privately, whichever way feels aligned for you. And this is for individuals who are ready to bring their work into the world, understand the foundation and the steps needed to consciously bring forth and generate your first $1 million from your wisdom, from your wisdom. And then what happens after your first million? In this program, I lay out for you exactly what's needed as a step-by-step guide, the actions for you to take to create your first million with your book of work. I show you a worksheet, a calculator that shows you how you can do the same. And the beautiful part is, it is for those who really feel called to bring forth aspects of their wisdom, not all of it. We don't want to throw the kitchen sink at people, just aspects of your wisdom that feel really good to share. This is not performative. This is not like if you show up in corporate, it's almost like you have to show up and perform every day. At least I did. And I did, and it worked for me. But this is different. And this program is a business course because you need to not just know what to do, you need to know why you're doing it. You have to know why you're doing it. Otherwise, I'm not teaching you to fish, right? I'm just teaching you the semantics. And if you don't know the greater picture, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to get frustrated. All the pieces work together. There is a guidebook that walks you through step by step what's done. Everything I recommend in here, I've done myself. It has worked for me. It's worked for other people. And at the same time, there's huge, ample space for you to follow your own personal alignment and attunement into how you're meant to navigate this in your own personal truth. There's also energy work and there's mindset work, because this path is not about you creating a big, bulky, cumbersome business that requires 20 plus people to run it. Absolutely not. No, thank you. Nein, danke. Instead, this is a very agile way for you to grow your work, be known for what it is that you do well, and most importantly, to have the space, time, freedom, and liberation in your life. Freedom of voice, freedom of time, freedom of wellness. I want to get ozone therapy. I'm making time for ozone therapy. My friend and I are going to go get massages this week, middle of the week. These are things we want to have time and space for. My mornings are my favorite time. Journaling, energy work, walking, snugging with the kitties. You get the idea. That's what you and I really want. We want our freedom to be ourselves and to care for ourselves. Imagine now you heal the female wound around understanding you can be honored, paid, and supported for sharing your wisdom with people. I'm going to say one more thing. I have found repeatedly that women feel like when they start their businesses, subconsciously, they're going to save the world. Sorry, one second. Got a canyon here in my throat. And it's simply not the case. There's 8 billion people in this world. You and I were like trees. Every tree grows differently. Every tree has a beautiful purpose. And every tree has a responsibility, so to speak, to stay steady, do their part, put out oxygen in the world, and just be present. Are you feeling called to be one of the trees and to be one of the next intuitive millionaires? I'll see you in there. It has been so great to connect here. If this episode resonated with you, please be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who you want to have more of these chats with. As you move throughout your day, remember, your energy is your superpower. As you pay attention to it and trust it, you can watch your entire life begin to transform.